Good day everyone, my name is Maylyn. I'm Ubbo from BS Cream 2G. My report is about law enforcement operations and planning with crime mapping, specifically the internal security operations, where the PNP shall provide active support to the AFP in international security operations, or ISO, for the suppression of the TGs or terrorist groups and other serious threats to national security. In the conduct of ISO, the PNP Quad concept shall be integrated and applied. This is where the PNP should be the one who lead or support, being active to support the people from the terrorist group and other serious threats to the national security. Let's go to the PNP in an active support role, where the PNP shall perform. In wide areas of operation, the PNP may assume the lead role in ISO or internal security operations against the terrorist group. Other threats to national security and OCGs engage in armed offensives. In red areas of operations, the AFP will assume the lead role. This is where the AFP or PNP will assume to lead role against the terrorist groups, threats to national security, and OCGs that are engaged in armed offensives. Next is they perform coordination with the territorial AFP and other uniformed service must be made in writing or electronic. In this also, the way of their coordination, the AFP or PNP together with the terrorist group or the threats to national securities must made in writing or electronic. So through writing or electronic. Next is specific areas where atrocities initiated by the terrorist group occurred, such as but not limited to ambush, harassment, arson, raid, liquidation, and bombing, shall be treated as a crime scene. The LPU shall conduct the crime scene investigation. This is also where the PNP work. They are the one who conduct the crime scene investigation. They are responsible in this scene. Next is specific areas where armed encounters occurred shall likewise be investigated by the LPU for purpose of evidence and intelligence. Next is the law enforcement operation against terrorist groups and other threats to national security. The PNP shall take the lead role in the conduct of sustained law enforcement operations against TGs or terrorist group and other threats to national security. This is where the PNP should be the one to take the lead or role in able to conduct to sustain law enforcement that against the TGs and other threats to the national security. In the conduct of law enforcement operation in Moro Islamic Liberation Front MILF areas communities identified by the ad hoc joint action group, coordination with the latter shall be made by the implementing operating PNP unit commander. So in this is where the operating PNP unit commander will be upheld, and this is their work to conduct a law for the law enforcement operation. This is their responsibility also. Next is target hardening. Police stations, patrol base, of mobile forces and establish checkpoints, especially those located in far-flung areas are prone to attacks. As such, security measures to prevent atrocities of terrorist groups must be undertaken, such as but not limited to a conduct of security survey and inspection to assess defensive viability. B. Strengthen physical security measures and defense to prevent unauthorized access. C. Develop security consciousness among personnel through education and training. This is where they being developed by security consciousness through education and training. D. Conduct regular red teaming operations, conducting the team for operations. E. Conduct community organization and mobilization activities. Activities to encourage the community to immediately report the presence and plans of TGS. This is the responsibility or upholding the community or immediately report the presence of and plans of TGs. Next is internalize and put into practice the 11 General Orders of Duty Guard. Likewise, a personnel on duty shall always carry issued long firearms and ammunition rig, bandoliers with basic load, and wear bulletproof vest. G. Whenever there is an arrested individual identified to be a member associated with terrorist group, a mandatory DNA collection sample should be taken from the arrested individual upon request of the arresting police unit to PNP. This is where they used to taking care for the arrested scene or the scene where the crime has been involved. H is for the regular conduct simulation exercise on camp defense to improve operational readiness of PNP personnel and capabilities. This is means that they regularly conduct a simulation exercise about defense and other kinds to defense or protect ourselves from TGs or the other threats to national security. And that's all of my report. Thank you.